What's awesome is right now I'm just sitting up here on the Areopagus, this is where in Acts 17, I think, let me pull it up real quick, the Apostle Paul went to talk to the leaders of, let me see here, let's see. Yeah, so Paul, this is Acts chapter 17, verse 22. So Paul, standing in the midst of the Areopagus, said, "Men of Athens, I perceive that in every way you are very religious." This is the spot. I'm literally right here where the Apostle Paul came and approached and discussed Jesus with the Greeks. Right behind me, right up there, I don't know if you can see it, that's where we just were. That's the Parthenon, that's the Acropolis. And so Paul was right here in this area discussing Jesus with the culture, with the Grecian culture, the Greeks, talking to them about Jesus, about the God that created everything that we see. The next thing I want to go see is Marsh Hill, where he gave that dissertation as well. I want to go there next, but it's just amazing to be in the footsteps of the early church, seeing what the Apostle Paul saw, experiencing what he experienced. You know, he might have been here on a 63-degree day, seeing the breeze and looking out as he discussed. You know, he might not have cared, but looking out there as he discussed with the leaders and the council members of Athens, Jesus. You know, he might have been right here doing the same thing on this bright and sunny day. And so it's astounding. More people need to have an interest, in my opinion, in history, especially if you're a follower of Jesus, because this is the foundation of our belief. This is the foundation. And I think one of the signposts I read over there, hold on, let me fix that angle. One of the signposts over there said that it was in AD 51 that the Apostle Paul came to Athens and began to discuss Jesus with the leaders of Athens. And there were converts here. There were people that came to a relationship with Jesus Christ after Paul began to discuss and talk about their, I keep having to switch the angle around, where Paul came and began to discuss with the leaders of Athens about God, about the true God, right? He opens that passage, Luke records in Acts, he says, I perceive that you are very religious. And so as I'm looking here, this is a culture of religion. This is a culture that is desiring a relationship to a God. Now, obviously, they've kind of missed it. They have missed it. But that's what Paul battled with even at his stage. He was in a very religious culture. And even though in the West, our religion isn't necessarily as overt, it's still there, as I mentioned earlier, but it's not as overt. It is still something that we as disciples of Jesus have to contend with in going into all the world, making disciples. And in that world, there is a religious element that we are still having to combat today. It's just amazing. It is so unreal to be in a situation or a place like this, to be experiencing what I've read about for decades now.